Hello, Facebook. Hello. We're doing something a little different tonight because I'm having issues going live. So we are going live on our main Facebook page. Say hello. And then what I'm going to do is sprinkle this out to the appropriate pages. So everyone say hello, hop on. You'll see a red live box at the top left corner of your screen. Give me a few minutes to get this placed where it needs to be. I don't know why I'm having issues today. Hello, Facebook. Main Facebook page. Okay. Say hello, friends. Hopefully we'll see comments tonight. All right. I think we're good. We're going to give this a go. So I am showing you the Disney release of Lilo and Stitch. However, there's really no Lilo. It's all about the Stitch and his new friend Angel, who I don't know who Angel is. If you know me, you know my kids are older, so we kind of stopped watching Disney movies, although I miss that. I used to love catching all the new ones, when they would come out, the princess movies or Mulan or Hercules. Oh my gosh, there's so many favorites I have, but might I digress. So yeah, I guess Stitch has a new friend, so I'm gonna have to go back, I guess, a couple movies and see what I've missed and see who this angel alien is. See who that is. All right, so I'm just gonna show you what we have, and then we're gonna do 2 quick t-shirts because I am loving that we have heat transfers on the site now. They're really easy to do. So if you guys want to do a class or just get together and have some fun, make some cool t-shirts, some licensed collaboration type merch t-shirts or bags or whatever, talk to me and we'll get that on the schedule. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep this guy aside for a minute. Okay. So these are A-size transfers. They are about 4.5 by 6.5 in size. The design then will vary because sometimes, this is probably 4 by, if this is 6.5, it's probably like by 4 by 5 3/4 or something like that. So they differ, how much of the transfer they take up. But isn't that cute? It's Stitch and his friend Angel is sitting on his shoulders, and then we have 3 cute little poses of Stitch. So you can see those there. And then of course him and Angel. There's that. So those are A size. We have a B size, which is 8.5 by 11. It says best friend. He's fluffy and cute, energetic, always ready for fun, talented, excellent guitar player. Ohana, that's his main quote. Nobody gets, that Ohana means family, nobody gets left behind. Super intelligent, thinks faster than a supercomputer. Wow. And then he's an alien, which means he's from outer space. So he's kind of cute. You don't need to do all those words if you don't want to. If you just want to do Stitch on your t-shirt, then by all means just do Stitch on your t-shirt. He's kind of cute. And then, so we have these three transfers. Then we have something called heat transfers, where you get a really hot iron. I don't know if our regular irons go that hot. It should be at least 360 degrees. I'm not sure they do. Or you can get like a pressing plate, or if you have a heat press, you could do it that way. But we have two new heat transfers. This one is called Namaste, and it's him and Angel and their little doll. It says Namaste at the beach. Now it looks very light colored, but when you heat set it, they become very vibrant, especially on a white t-shirt or a white tote bag, a sublimation surface, like cutting boards or different things like that. This one is Aloha, so if you can kind of see that. And then there's so it's going to be backwards because you're going to place it on your garment or whatever upside down, and then you heat set it. So we're going to do these two today. I'm going to put this aside just for a second. We've been releasing all kinds of collaborations. We have Seinfeld and Friends and Winnie the Pooh and just all kinds now. We have, if you go to the website, you'll see all the different collaborations. And a lot of times they're very small collaborations, meaning it's only a handful of transfers, maybe a couple heat transfers thrown in there. But they usually will put in there a special exclusive transfer or heat transfer that's free if you buy everything at once. So they make it a collection bundle, an exclusive collection bundle. So if you buy the bundle, you get these 5 items, and then they're going to throw in one for free. And this is the one they're throwing in for free. It's Stitch. It says Stitch. Mischief is exhausting. He's so tired and tuckered out from being so mischievous. But that's a cute one too. That would be cute on a shirt or pajamas. Oh gosh, anything you can think of really is, you can ink this on, you can paste it on something, you can make wood signs. Whatever your imagination can come up with, it can be done. So, exclusive bundle. Buy the bundle, you get this guy for free. If you just say, oh, but I only just want these two, then this guy you cannot purchase individually. He will not be found on the website individually. All right, let's heat set some shirts. I'm gonna just move some stuff out of the way here. I have a heat press. It's by a company called Cricut. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but I have bought other heat presses from Amazon. So if you guys need links or anything like that, let me know. I can direct you to the right place. I also recommend, it's called a sublimation coating. It says cotton, cotton Fabrio coating, polyester coating, liquid. I recommend it. Okay, let me back up. When you heat set heat transfers, there's directions, and it'll tell you that it's best done on a poly cotton blend fabric item with at least 70% polyester. So 70% and up polyester items are perfect, right? Tote bags, t-shirts, whatever. But it's usually white. It's just usually a boring white. I have been experimenting on colored fabrics or even darker fabrics. And what I like to use is this sublimation coating. It's a spray that you spray on your clothing or whatever item you're doing it on. Not wood, nothing like that kind of a surface, but more of a textile surface. I sprayed on there first. So that's what we're going to do, because for this one, the Namaste at the Beach, I have this shirt from Kohl's. If you have a Kohl's by you, it's kind of a pinky mauvey color, so like that background maybe not, it won't come through like it would on a white t-shirt, but it will come through enough, okay? And so what I like to do is just kind of put this out. Okay, I'm also going to grab a piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to put that under, in between the two layers of the shirt. Okay. So let's stick this in. Because the design goes up and down, we're going to put our piece of parchment paper upside down. I just don't want the, sometimes the heat transfer can actually go through a couple layers. So we're going to try to avoid that. Okay, so we're just going to shimmy it up here. I'm also going to turn this. This is a pressing pillow for using heat presses. Okay, so we're just going to put that there. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to spray the shirt. The design's going to go about here. This will be awesome for taking to the beach. Okay, so I'm just kind of spritzing it on. Okay. You can kind of see it's leaving some little dots, so I'm just going to kind of pop those. And that's probably just because this is starting to clog up. I'm going to just spray a little more so we get a nice layer of that. And then I'm going to take my little dry tool here, and we're going to kind of just speed up the drying process. It's a quick dry. It doesn't take long at all. You could use a hair dryer if you don't have like a special crafting heat tool. It's very wet. This one to me kind of is a little slow, so I'm gonna bring out my heavy duty heat tool here. I'm gonna put it at a medium heat. We're gonna speed up this process here. It's very wet. Usually I will spray it and kind of just let it dry overnight. Like if I know I'm going to do something, I'll dry it or let it just air dry overnight. We're getting there. This will eventually wash out too, so don't worry about it ruining your shirt or anything like that. It's just kind of gives your shirt a chance to holding on to this design, and then it's washable dry, little wearable. See what this t-shirt was. This is 63% polyester, 33% rayon, and 4% spandex. I love these shirts. They're extremely comfortable when on. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's dig into this package. Also, when you get a heat transfer that's this size, it's kind of what we call our B size heat transfer. You actually get 2 in a package, okay? And they cost $10 for retail customers. We have a perks program where customers can subscribe and get everything they order for 30% off. So that's a steal, which is awesome. All right, so then that makes it only $7, which means each one of these is only like $3.50, which is crazy. Crazy cheap. Okay. I'm going to kind of butt this close to that collar. And then what you need is some heat transfer tape to keep it in place, because you don't want it to shimmy, okay? We don't want it to move. Gosh, that looks like it is perfectly aligned. That does not happen often for me, you guys. Like, I usually have to mess with it. All right, so I'm going to cut some little strips so that we can attach this. Who's a Stitch fan? If you know my daughter, the younger daughter, you know that she acquired the nickname Stitch. All right, I'm gonna just temporarily tack that down. I need to hold this up because I wanna make sure I'm not crooked, and I do feel like I'm a tad crooked. So we're gonna undo this. Do this one, and we're gonna kind of shimmy that up. Let's try that. Let's try that now. Okay, let's try that. I think I might have went a little too much. See, this is, it has to be just ever so right, you know, just has to be. All right, let's try this last time, right? It could be third time's a charm. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I do know what I'm doing. We are just trying to adjust this. There we go. How does that look, guys? Okay, I think that should do it. All right, now the next thing you'll need is, if you press things a lot, we have something called, we don't have it. You can get something called a Teflon sheet. Same thing like you can use on your baking sheets, you can get a Teflon sheet. But I don't have one with me here, so we're going to use another piece of parchment paper. And this one looks a little dirty, so I'm going to grab a nice clean. I find these pop-up sheets easy peasy. Oh, last one. And then as they get worn or dirty, then I get more. So let's just try to take this here. It lays flat. So I just kind of cover it. Now, my heat press is not that big. So we're gonna have to probably do it in a couple sets. Instructions say 360 and a timer for 60 seconds. Again, 70% polyester is your best mix, okay? Then you want to place it on your design. I give it a little bit of a pressure. I hold it down a little bit here. And then we just let it do its thing. It gets nice and hot. It's almost like it melts the ink from that heat transfer into the fabric. So we're at 30 seconds. And then what we'll do is we'll do the bottom half. And then I may kind of flip back and forth a little bit just to make sure we got it really good. You can also just kind of do a little sneak peek, which I'm known to do. I do like to do my little sneak peeks. And I'm not seeing comments tonight, so I apologize. I don't know what's going on with Facebook tonight. And unfortunately I did an update, so that's probably what's going on. So there's that. We'll have to figure it out. Can't wait to see how this turns out. I really like experimenting and doing it on just different colored shirts because I don't want to always wear a white shirt. So I think this will be a fun shirt to take to the beach. You can use it as a cover up, or if you're just hitting that swim up bar. All right, we got 5 seconds left. All right, let's put this aside for a second. And it's very hot, so be careful handling it. And then we'll take this off. And we could do a little bit of a sneak peek here. So you see, here's the pink that was on the design. This little white thing is from the heat of my heat press. That should calm down or rinse out. And you want to be careful too. You don't want to pick it up too much because sometimes you can't line it back up. So we're just going to kind of do a little bit here. Ooh, that is a good, do you see how dark blue that is? We got a good impression, guys. That's good. All right. So I'm just going to hit it one more time, mostly in the middle here. Again, try not to slide it around because if you don't tape that down really well, it can shift on you and then you'll have kind of like a blurred look to it. And I'm going to do just this for like 30 seconds in the middle. Okay, I'm going to kind of move it up for a few seconds here. Do this side about 10. We'll come down here and do it about 10. Just giving it that one last shot of hot heat. Okay. All right. Let's see the finished design here. I am loving it so far. And it's sticky because of the spray that I sprayed. Oh my goodness. Oh, how cute. So cute. You guys, look how cute. So this dark pink, that is supposed to be there. That was part of the design. And there you have it. Namaste at the beach. And then these are not reusable, so you can just get rid of that. And there you have it. Take this out. So darn cute. All right, there's shirt number 1. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get out number 2. So here's my dilemma. I have a dilemma with this one because I'm not sure if I want to do it on a white shirt or do I want to do it on a peachy colored shirt? I don't mind that the backgrounds don't match or blend in. If I could get it to blend in, that would be fantastic. But because I don't know how dark this is going to get, you really don't know. So I have 2 kind of peachy shirts. I have this one that I think that would look cute on. Or I do have a white one. I think I might do the white one. This has like that 3/4 sleeve. It's kind of like those raglan baseball shirts. So guys, start commenting. What should I do it on? Should I do it on the all peach t-shirt? I kind of like it on that. Or should I do it on the white shirt? And don't forget, I do have 2 of them. So if I don't like it on the peach shirt, I could always try it on this shirt. Decisions. What are we thinking? All right, so then let's look at, this is 50 poly, 25 cotton, 25 rayon. So I would definitely, I don't know if I would really spray this one because we still have, hi Renee, white. So you say to do it on this one. Thanks for your comment. I feel like we could get a good impression of it because it is white and we're sitting at about 50% of polyester. Let's see what this one is. Let's just see if we can find a tag. I've had this shirt for forever. This one is 95 cotton, 5% spandex. So I would for sure spray this shirt. For sure, spray it. For sure. Well, you know, I haven't done a white shirt in a while, and I do like it because it does have the colored sleeves. So maybe we'll do that. So like I said, it's 50, 25, 25. All right, let's first get a piece of the parchment paper inside because definitely with this white shirt, it will go through the layers. I accidentally learned that the hard way. I recently did a pillow, so pretty pillow, and I was sitting on the couch and I'm just looking at it, and it was the pillow had flipped over, right? So it was the back side of the pillow. And you could see it had the stuffing in it, so right, it wasn't just the pillowcase, it was stuffed, but you could see the design on the back side, and it was extremely faded. So it actually like pressed through the front and the back, which was not intentional. Okay, not intentional at all. All right, we're gonna see how this works. Oh no, you know what we want to do? We want to turn the paper sideways, since that's how this one is oriented. Okay. All right, so we got that parchment paper in there. And I don't want to bring it up too high because our design is basically going to be here. I can bring it up a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's place this down. Also, I just want to bring to everyone's attention, there is a little copyright ink there that will also transfer to whatever you're doing things on. So if you don't want that, then trim it off. Let's trim this one off. It did go on the last one I did. Let's trim it off this one. And then again, there is a little cup right here, but we don't want that black one. I don't care about that other one. That one you can barely see. All right, so I am one who just, I eyeball a lot. So we're gonna eyeball this. I should have left the corner there so I could see if I was, I'm just gonna leave it there for a second just to see where we are on the shirt here. It'll kind of help us get it centered. And then what I'll do is get it taped. And then I'll hold it up and see how we did. Okay, let's get some more of our heat transfer tape. This tape doesn't melt, it withstands very high amounts of heat. So we will just kind of place that there. Place that there. You don't have to go too crazy with taping it down, but you do want to make sure it's nice and flat against your garment or whatever it is you're sublimating. All right, I'm going to kind of hold this up and see how we did here. Try to grab it in the same spot. I think we did pretty good with placement on this one, guys. I think we're doing all right. Feel like it's okay. If it's a little off, I'll just walk around with my shoulder a little higher. I actually am crooked. I should take that into account. I am a little crooked these days. Okay. All right. Make sure it's nice and flat. Get your clean piece of parchment. And again, make sure it's at 360 for 60 minutes. We'll start over here and hit start. Again, I kind of add just a little bit of pressure. I press down on it a little bit. Notice I did not spray it. I did not pre-spray it with that sublimation spray. I felt like we could still get a good transfer, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. And you know what? I don't mind experimenting. I like experimenting. That's how I learn what works, what doesn't work. And then I'm able to share with everybody what works and doesn't work. So I get all the do's and don'ts all together, and then I can share that wealth with everyone. All right, 5 seconds, and then we're going to shift it over. So I pick up, and then I kind of shift it over. You don't want to drag it, okay? You want to definitely pick it up and shift it over. And then here's where I get really, what's the word? I just can't wait to see it. So I'm gonna kind of, ooh, look at that. Wow, you guys see that? That is nice and dark orange. I love it. That probably would match that t-shirt. That might just blend in pretty nicely. I still may end up doing the other one. Why not? I mean, who can't use 2 Aloha stitch shirts, right? This is when it's getting a little cooler outside with the 3/4 sleeve. I wish I was going to Hawaii. That would be awesome. All right, I'm gonna come over here. Let's do 30 seconds on this side again. And then we'll hit the other side for another 30, and then we'll be good. We'll be good to go. And I just like to add extra time and heat. I just feel better about it. Okay, pick up and put it over here. Oops, I reset it, darn it. Start that over. This is gonna be good, you guys. It's gonna be good. It's hot, so just be careful. These can be done on sublimation cutting boards. They have cutting boards, which are pretty cool, except you need to watch when transfers have words, because the way those sublimation cutting boards work is it's kind of on the mirrored side of the surface, so your words end up backwards when you go to use your cutting board. So that's a little tip I learned. All right, look at, oops, we got a little wrinkle here, I think. Got a little wrinkle, little line there. I wonder if we could just hit that corner. See if we can just do that, because since I've picked this up, I wonder if we got a wrinkle down here too. No, I don't think so. All right, I'm just kind of letting the heat sit up there for a couple seconds here. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's okay. We just kind of, unless that was in the design, that could have been in the design. So cute, right? Aw, so cute. And then again, it's a one-time use kind of thing. You could try to press it again on something. Chances are it's going to be extremely, very light, and it won't come through. So let's bring up that peachy shirt. Now, see, it would be darker on the shirt, which is fine. It would definitely show up on the shirt just fine. Cute, so cute. All right, I think we're gonna save this peachy shirt for another design down the road, but what do you guys think? It really is an easy process. You just have to possibly take a couple extra steps ahead of time to ensure that, you know, everything goes right. Let's get this folded up for you. There's our aloha. And then we got namaste at the beach. All right, guys, there you have it. Thanks so much for hopping on tonight. Don't forget, if you get the bundle, you get that exclusive transfer that comes with it. Otherwise, that transfer is not able to be purchased individually, okay? It only comes when you buy the bundle, which is 5 of the transfer, or 3 transfers, the 2 heat transfers, and then they throw that one in for free, okay? All right, thanks again for hopping on. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys again soon.